Hi, my name is Saif and I am an NLP trainer. Today we're going to be talking about the purpose of communication. But before that, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Hit that bell icon so that you receive notification about the content related to neuro-linguistic programming, advanced communication, emotional well-being and life skills and many more. So go ahead, subscribe to my channel. Yeah, so let's get to the topic of the day, which is the purpose of communication. Well, before I ask people what purpose of communication is, I generally get their understanding of what communication is. And when I ask them what communication is, they generally give me the right answer. They tell me that communication is about exchanging information, communication is about exchanging ideas, it is about sending information and receiving information, it is about clearly putting your message forward, clearly putting your point forward. All of that is right. So the understanding of people about communication is correct. But most people fail to understand the purpose of communication. They don't know the purpose of communication. Yes. And I want you to trust me on this, because every time I've asked people what is the purpose of communication, they give me the definition of communication. Well, today I'm going to reveal to you, because I don't want you to be among those 99% of the people. I want you to understand that the purpose of communication is to lead. What do I mean by that? Leading people to the response that I desire from them. If I have to give you an example, let me give you a simple one. Let's say if I tell somebody to get me a glass of water and the response I get for that is go get it yourself. That means I failed to lead that person, meaning my communication wasn't effective. Let's say I tell somebody to get me a glass of water and I successfully could lead that person to get me a glass of water. That means the purpose of communication was met. Yes. So communication and effective communication, this is the difference. Communication is about passing the message, but effective communication is to get the response that you desire, is to lead the other person successfully. If my employee is coming late to the office and I'm every day telling my employee to come on time and again he comes late, that means I am not communicating with my employee effectively, because I am not getting the response that I desire. In NLP, it is always said that meaning of communication lies in its response. Which means, if I don't get the response that I'm desiring, my style of communication is not effective. So in order to get the response, I need to communicate differently, effectively, and in a way that it is supposed to be communicated. Like I just mentioned, the purpose of communication is to lead. However, the first step of communication is not leading. Because people don't understand this, they fail to communicate effectively. The first step of communication is to build rapport. It is to build connection with the other person. It is to build that comfort level between you and the other person before you lead. Because people are mostly focused on leading and not building rapport and that trust, they fail to get the response that they desire. So in order to get the response that you desire, in order to be able to lead the other person effectively, you got to focus on building rapport. Yes, and only then the purpose of communication will be met, which is leading. So this is the purpose of communication. Today, I also want to give you a little bonus information. I want to give you the 3 stages of communication. Yeah, and someday in the future, I will make a detailed video on each of these stages. Well, the 3 stages of communication are: number 1, pacing. Pacing is where you build rapport. Pacing is where you strike that connection with the other person. The next step is questioning. Questioning is where you seek permission of the other person. There is a reason why you need to seek permission, again, to effectively lead. And the last step is to lead. It's pacing, questioning, and leading. Pacing, seeking permission, and leading. The reason why most of the time we are unable to effectively communicate is because our focus is on leading. Yeah? So that's about it. So the purpose of communication is to lead, and the 3 stages of communication are pacing, seeking permission, and leading. That's about it for the day. Go ahead and type in the comment what are your views and thoughts about this, and I will see you in the next video.